We haven't heard much from President Trump on the subject since North Korea started going squishy on the idea of a summit. But today, the president was in a chatty mood and still optimistic that North Korea will come to the table.
Wolf, good evening. There is no question.
In the Oval Office with NATO's Secretary General today, President Trump revealed that despite intemperate language from North Korea in recent days, his June summit with Kim Jong Un appears to still be on track.
Mr. President, North Korea, can I ask you a question about North Korea?
Well, nothing has changed on North Korea that we know of. We have not been told anything, and if it does, that's fine. If it doesn't, I think we'll probably have a very successful meeting.
In statements made earlier this week, North Korea singled out comments from National Security Advisor John Bolton, who described to Chris Wallace what he said was the White House's vision for North Korean disarmament.
We have very much in mind the Libya model from 2003, 2004. There are obviously differences. The Libyan program was much smaller, but that was basically the agreement that we made.
North Korea was only too quick to remind the world that 8 years after Muammar Gaddafi shipped his nuclear program to Tennessee, the U.S. turned on him, U.S. and NATO jets helping to overthrow Gaddafi, who was later murdered in the streets by an angry mob. With the National Security Advisor looking on, President Trump today said the model for North Korean disarmament will be much different than Libya.
Well, the Libyan model isn't a model that we have at all when we're thinking of North Korea. In Libya, we decimated that country. We never said to Gaddafi, oh, we're going to give you protection. We're going to give you military strength. We're going to give you all of these things.
The president indicated that in return for dismantling his nuclear program, Kim will get guarantees, economic, security, and political.
He'd be in his country. He'd be running his country. His country would be very rich.
What security guarantees are you willing to?
We're willing to do a lot, and he's willing to, I think, do a lot also. And I think we'll actually have a good relationship, assuming we have the meeting and assuming something comes of it. And he'll get protections that will be very strong.
But President Trump also warned the Libyan model could loom in Kim Jong Un's future.
Now, that model would take place if we don't make a deal, most likely. But if we make a deal, I think Kim Jong Un is going to be very, very happy.
The president has talked about wanting to reduce the size of the U.S. protection force in South Korea, down from the current 28,500 troops. North Korea has long demanded that the U.S. remove troops from South Korea. Today, President Trump wouldn't say if that is on the table.
Well, I'm not going to talk about that. We're going to say that he will have very adequate protection, and we'll see how it all turns out. I think the best thing he could ever do is to make a deal.
In his meetings with the NATO Secretary General today, President Trump also highlighted the differences between how he is prepared to treat North Korea and how he may treat Iran going forward, saying that any new sanctions against Iran will be, quote, brutal. Brett?
John Roberts live on the North Lawn. John, thanks.